Now for an update on our head and block. You guys have been waiting. Apologies for the delay, but as you can see, there's a little bit of stuffing around to get these ready for machining. But here is a snapshot of some of the tooling required to machine blocks and heads. This is all pretty expensive, unique tooling. This is aside from all the standard drilling, end mills, face cutters, all the standard kind of tooling that you would think you would use on a normal billet, cylinder head, for argument's sake, or a block or an engine part or a sump or whatever. This is very specific tooling to help us do rapid machining on blocks and heads so we can punch these things out. And we've got it to the point where we're finally ready to hit go, load these things up on machines and actually start catching up on production. Let me tell you a little bit about what you can see in front of you. We've got our R0 head here. The rest are R0s, except this one's the R1. It's got a smaller port, only because we leave more to modify, basically. We don't know where we're gonna end up because we haven't finished testing the R1 head. There's a lot to know, a lot to do, and a lot to test. So we're finally getting to a space where we can machine one up, start running it on a dyno. The R0 heads are basically in production now. They flow everything up until we would like to say 2,000 odd horsepower, because we're up in that realm with testing. They far exceed flow capabilities of a standard head, and you can do more than you can with an 05U. So everyone waiting and begging for the R1, do you really need 2,500, 4,000 horsepower? Let's sink your teeth into an R0 first. We can only run at a certain speed, although we're giving it absolutely everything. The R0 takes, for example, all the Kelford gear that's direct replacement R0 type OEM. We've retained an 8mm stud on the exhaust for your exhaust manifold. The exhaust manifold height and intake is direct bolt-on. Let's talk a little bit about the block. Freshly cast blocks, but this one's got a painted finish, and we would like a little bit of feedback from you. Would you like the block raw? Obviously they get machined and get all the Welsh plugs and the purple bits and pieces. Or would you like a painted one? Or would you like the choice? The painted version is like a really nice epoxy 2-pack and it's very resistant. So we're keen to see how that goes after machining, but we think it'll look spectacular. The R0 block at the moment, only difference between that and the R1 is the integrated main cap brace that we supply goes underneath the R0, and that becomes an R1. So the R0 block will, in the not too distant future, get a standard main cap cradle, not too dissimilar to the standard RB05U type main cap cradle. Now, it will already be machined for a brace, not that you need one, but we want to make sure that anyone that's running anything in an OEM setup block can switch the parts over to an R0. So you'll have the choice of a standard cradle or the integrated main cap, making it an R1. The R0, direct replacement. Standard bore, stroke, deck height, all of the rest of it. But for everyone asking if their standard stuff will go into this equipment, it will. The question on everyone's mind is, how does my block or head come when I order it from PRP? Now, whether it's an R0 or an R1, it comes machined. The cylinder head comes line board. It comes like an OEM head if you've ever received one of those. The valve seats are in, we make all of that. The guides are in. It's ported or not ported, but all of the reliefs for the cams, for the lobes, is all done. All gallery modifications with bungs is done. All the little bits and pieces that you would do to an 05U comes factory standard from us. The chambers can come open or peanut shaped. We do the bigger valves. Anything that you would go and spend 2 or 3 grand, 4, 5, 6 grand, 10 grand aftermarket, we're giving you that option finished. Tunnel boring is another thing I want to tell you about. It comes licked, it comes tunnel bored, it comes honed, it's finished. So you can go and set your crankshaft up in it and not wait for a machinist to go and do the tunnel. Integrated brace or factory brace, it's all machined for that. We bore them to either 86.5 or 90mm. You will have to hone it, but the deck comes completely mirror finished from us. We've got some awesome cutting equipment, so we know we're going to give you the finish that we would want on our own race engines. So I know you want to know when we're releasing. We want to catch up on some of the pre-orders before we actually officially release. Now that could be in the next few weeks, or 5 weeks, or 8 weeks. As you know, we're trying to release more than 60 products in 60 days. So we're going to try and time the release in there and maybe push out the lockout shifter. I don't know, it could go either way. So we're very close. Thank you for your support, because every dollar you spend with PRP, whether it's a dress-up washer or it's supporting an event or any income that we might actually receive other than spending to support race cars, it all goes back in. 100% Australian made, cast in Australia, all of it, machine in-house. We don't outsource. It's all done right here in our own backyard. I also really love to thank our tool suppliers. Live Tools, Arthur, Above and Beyond, Sutton's Tools, Sandvik, Sutton's and Walter Tools especially have gone and done all of the custom tooling that you can see here with the long reamers and stuff where other companies have said it can't be done. Well, we wanted a high-speed machine the crap out of this because we know we've got an absolutely huge backlog. We've got some 90-degree cutters for thrust faces. All of that will come done. We've literally spent 2 years just designing the tooling package to make all of this work and to be able to support the industry with off-the-shelf components. Everything is happening. So yes, please be patient. Here's a good update on everything happening. We're effectively, as I said a couple of times now, in production now, full steam ahead. Put down your deposit, give us an order number, we'll be in contact. Anything else, please drop us a DM and we'll get back to you shortly.